Crew 42 here. We have 9 holes left to go. It's the Noble Appliance Open. It's 2023, our first coverage of the year. I'm super excited. It's a presented event by Archival Brewing here at Grand Rapids North Rotary. It's our lead card. I've said so much, I have to introduce my co-commentator today, RJ Centala, the TD of this event. How you doing, RJ?
I'm doing real good. Again, thank you for asking.
We've had some great action up to this point. Right now, Marwede with a 4-stroke lead. If you haven't seen how we got to this point, you might want to go back and watch the front 9 of this round and maybe go watch round 1 and watch the practice round because there's so much good stuff going on leading up to this point. But we have 9 left to play. It's the Birdieable 9, and we're going to see how our guys end up here.
Yeah.
Taking a look at the other scores just in my hand here, we do have a couple people on the chase card making some moves, challenging that, 15 down that the other guys had, making a little bit of move here. So they really want to shoot well here, starting with hole 10, 243 feet, but it plays closer to 280, right?
Yeah, I think it actually, 240 or 280, 290. Typically like a full putter or like a mid-range for a lot of guys. That hazard is in the front, does add just extra stroke if you land in there. Which this looks good, but it got to go, and it did not, and it is in the hazard.
Just had to say hazard, didn't you?
Yep.
Now, it's probably worth noting, we talked about in the practice round, Jared earlier this week had pitched over 100 times to a high school, and his arm was exhausted, and he uses that as excuse, but the reality is that's a real excuse.
Yeah.
So he's
not messing with the hazard. He's going to go deep of the hazard.
Yeah, he's going to throw that Hellfire and not worry about it, not try to leave it short this time.
Forehand's a good play on this one. It takes a lot of the stress out because you can just spike it right next to the basket, and that was just over the top. That'd be a real sick ace.
Yeah, Nick's saying, let me get back in the action here.
Yeah, that'd be huge if you can get one of those. And Dub with the ruin to surprise no one.
If you didn't see the back 9 in round 1, he threw ruin a lot.
Yeah,
we're gonna imagine he's gonna do it again here too. This looks a little short
get up.
though.
Get up.
No. Hazard.
So, yeah, you see the 2 backhands that end up the hazard, 2 forehands, circle 1 putting. These should be cleanups, though. I mean, it sucks, but get your par, move on to the next one.
Yep. That is a good score separator, though. You can't go short, and the putt on the way back does have that hazard in play. So, Marwede to keep his hot round just hot, and he does.
Just never left the pole. Just on the pole the whole way. Jared, it kind of sucks when you have a tap-in like this for par, after only throwing 1 shot.
But all you had to do was throw deep.
Yeah.
One requirement.
Yep.
Throw hard. And he's really good at doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely is. Good cleanup from Nick. So that gives him a stroke on Jared for the race for second place at this point.
Yep. Gonna jump over now to hole 11. It says 180 on the T sign, plays as 250, probably because of the flat ground here. But it's been pushed back, obviously. There's a OB line on the right side, so we saw Jared sneak into that last round. We'll see if he corrects it here. Should play as one of the easiest holes. In fact, it plays as the 4th easiest. Had a couple OBs. It looks like a couple bogeys.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Not on
That's
this
what
card.
it's there for.
Not
That's why I put
card.
that OB there.
This card's too good for this.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now.
Well, yeah. That looks pretty good.
They're too good to bogey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some good ground play there. That could have skipped a little longer, but little chunky in there.
That's a soft magnet. I can read it from here.
Yeah. That one's for sure a magnet. We got that one right.
I just know this one's a little more stable than the red thing he throws. I think it might.
That's just dead straight though.
Yeah, and he likes the soft magnet because it's naturally grippy. So if it already wants to not go anywhere, and with this long grass, it makes it break even harder.
It almost goes backwards.
I like this change from Jared a lot.
Yeah, throwing something a little more stable on a flex line, using more of the fairway. If you don't have like a straight shot in your bag, using all the fairway at the flex shot, it's a good option as well.
He did note when he came, walked away, he's like, that's the second time I'm short, and he's kind of thinking about what's going on because the last hole he was short, this one he's short. He's trying to figure out what he needs to do to get his...
Yeah, he's not used to being short.
Yeah,
that's kind of a me problem. Like height-wise, distance-wise. Yeah, being short, kind of sucks.
Short problems, right?
Yeah.
Jared's also very tall, too, so...
Yeah.
Bang.
But he converts on the putt, and that's what matters.
Good correction from last round.
Yep. Right in the heart. It always feels good when you hit it in the heart, They count the same when they barely catch, but it just feels better when you hit it in the heart. Just like that.
Just feels like you don't have any corrections to make. It's like, let's just do that.
Yeah. Just makes it feel really easy.
Okay, Nick back in his groove. moving beyond that. Triple bogey, but dub.
Yeah.
He does not need breaks like that right now.
Yeah, I think that was right side the
It
whole
was.
way. The flat putts on that right side, they just don't want to catch. You got to have some good hyzer angle for those to catch on these ones.
The chains are so tight, or like
Yeah,
so heavy that
they
if
just-
you are a right side, they kind of push you out as the chains relax.
These chains just don't back down. They really don't care what you said about them. They just don't move.
They'll fight. They'll fight you back.
It has to be ripping wind for those chains to move.
All right, we're back to hole 12 now. Go on the left side where the drone's going. Don't listen to RJ. He's giving you bad advice. He wants
Right
people to
side's
struggle.
open.
He wants to give you bad advice to go to the right side. You can if you really need to, but the back side is, or left side, excuse me, is the
Backhand
is the
turnover or righty forehand. That's the easy play if you just want easy stuff. I like to go on the right side.
We have Weissel here today. He's going lefty backhand.
Yeah, true.
That's the real play here.
Yeah, and that is at the basket. It looks like.
Marwede,
that was pretty good.
Marwede did not throw that the way he wanted to. He did, he turned around early, and as he turned around, that disc dropped 20 feet out of the air.
Must be nice.
Swooped perfectly by the basket, turned around, and he's
tough.
like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I can't relate.
But he did it in, the nice, I'm really cool.
That might
Marwede.
be right, though.
Oh,
Sit.
Don't.
I mean, you'd have to... If you want to say technically there's out of bounds, it's that river down there.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to be super unfortunate to get down. I don't think I've ever seen a disc get down there.
Ran out of paint.
Yeah, yeah. True, yeah.
Jared, again, leaning this one. Hopefully the ground gets a little better action out of it. Oh,
Ooh, it actually got a roll at the
should
end
not
there.
have said that. That was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
All right.
that's on you, for sure.
That's 100% on me. My bad.
Here's this charity again from Dub. This is like his favorite turnover disc. And that looks pretty good if that's not too far right.
Sit down.
That does have to sit.
Sit down.
Yeah, that's a
basket
putt.
high. Yep. Nothing like a 300-foot turnover.
He needs some redemption. He needs to make this one.
Yeah.
Nick needs to make this one to have any sort of chance of taking first here.
I didn't make that effort to get behind him for nothing. Oh, man.
Yep, those high chains just didn't want to give in.
That basket's kind of leaning against him, too.
Yeah, I didn't notice that until you just said that. Yeah, that's true.
It's got a little lean to it. And
Good putt from
Speaking of
Jared.
leans, Jared matched it. So,
Yeah.
all right. This is center, right? This is flat to the basket.
Yeah, Jared now back tied with Nick.
They are battling it out.
And then Dub gets himself a birdie after missing that last putt. He gets this one at least. I'm sure he's a little sad still.
We got Ben Van Sumerman, who's making a charge as well. He's pretty close to Nick and Jared right now. He's a little ahead of Dub right now. And Score, trying to make a push into that second place.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep an eye on that Score as we move into hole 13. Don't go right, and don't go in the water in the center of the fairway. Don't do that.
Just throw it straight.
Just throw it straight.
Yeah, this is a tough one because you want to throw like a hyzer flip to flat to kind of hit this line, but if you turn it over too much, you're hitting those trees. If you don't turn it over enough, you're hitting the trees on the left side. So it's this is probably one of my favorite ones out here, surprisingly. That'll do that to people.
Yeah.
Directly into jail. And it looks like he's gonna have like a lean out shot, but I've been in there before and there's just nothing.
I think people think it's more like hyzer than they think. Like
Yeah.
they're thinking I have to get it to be going left in order to get to attack, when the reality is just like you really want to aim more inside.
I've seen people even throw like a flex forehand
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of flex it through the gap and it comes back out. It's a little bit tougher because you're relying on ground play that way, and
Yeah.
this is obviously just straight up mud that's in this area here. It doesn't get any sun.
That's it right there.
Yep, and still that just didn't get the ground play that you'd usually get on like a regular July or August day out here.
We wanted it to be rainy weather.
Yeah, I ordered it specifically. Yep, that's funny. Fun fact: all the TDs at all the events, they order the weather that you have. So if it's raining and windy,
You can blame them.
it's the TD's fault.
I do appreciate you paid for the extra $5.99 nice weather round 2 though.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's an extra charge. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Nick's making a good run at that.
yeah, that's a little long after that run. I'm sure he would like to be under the basket after running it, especially with that uphill.
How's Marwede so lucky? He gets kicks and he's so long that he can actually see the basket every time.
Right? Yeah, I'm like straddling, doing a turnover from there.
Right.
And he's just got like a little jump putt, but yeah, a little high again. I don't know if maybe there's a headwind that's coming off that hill for these guys.
Right. Jared here from deep circle 2.
Oh, yeah,
Not a
that's a
problem.
good one. That is, and that's another one I'd be jumping or stepping. He's just doing a standstill. Cool. Cool as a cucumber. Just stand still from 50 feet.
I'm amazing.
Yeah.
That's what that says right there. And I mean, this is a very serious moment for him because cash is on the line, and second place and third place is a difference, right? $150, $200.
It might be two. I think we had $1,000 added cash for this, so it's a good hefty payday. That's a little scary.
That was a good catch.
Yeah.
Give that basket a kiss.
Yeah.
Marwede
Maybe not. You might need a tetanus shot.
Oh yeah, never mind. Give it an air kiss. Give it an air kiss, air hug.
Yeah.
All right. Easy peasy for Marwede. We're going to move on to hole 14. Yes, hole 14 here. One of my favorites on the back 9. RJ, what's the real play here? Oh, how do I ace it?
Yeah, it's tough because if you're throwing a backhand, you want to bring it out right and then have it come back to the left, but you got those branches that are overhanging the fairway. If you're throwing forehand, same thing. You got some branches on the left side that are kind of preventing you from going a lot more left than you want to. So I think the play is you throw kind of like a hyzer flip at the basket and then it late turns to the right and then comes back at the end.
Jared changing discs here, not the pine.
Yeah, that's a putter. That's a shield is what I asked him after he threw this, and that has just enough glide to get over the water and scoot right up by the basket.
He said it's the only shield that has a glide that he's found.
Yeah, I know people that used to putt with those, and they just are bricks. And that's probably a ruin, same ruin he's been throwing. That's a little right.
Sit down too. Looks a little deep. Not a hole you want to turn the cameraman around on.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little deep and offside. He's going to go back here. Marwede with the I was about to say the wrong way. Hellfire for sure. It's I forget what that plastic is called.
I think it's like PL Line.
Yep.
I think that's what it's called.
I think you're right. And it's a little more beat in.
Yep. And that's not a terrible spot. Obviously, you'd rather be under the basket, but you're putting circle 1. So, but it's a little scary. I mean, if you skip off the top, that water comes into play real quick. And that is what I was talking about. If you yank that left and
don't you dare. Oh,
yeah,
it trickles
just
in.
Barely. A lot of times those branches will keep you out, but
yeah,
that is what you would call completely surrounded by water. And
unfortunate break. This is not the time to have that with Jared having a stroke on you.
Yeah.
And having a tap in essentially here.
Yeah. He took a little bit of advantage going a little bit farther back than the meter. Because that's kind of a new rule from I think last year, where you can go farther back in a straight line, which I really like that rule.
A couple years ago when Coling was at River City, he did the same thing, so he could get his thumber off from one of the bushes on Brewer Park.
Yeah, that was almost felt like a layup from Dub. And I don't know how that one stayed in, but that was a good putt.
I mean, when you're on, right?
Yeah. When it's your day, I guess. Jared, tap in.
He's going to give him 2 strokes?
Yeah.
Oh, more than that.
Yeah, because Nick's going to drop 16, so now he's 3 strokes on him. So Jared might be thinking, if Andy makes a mistake or if Jerry buries out, there's a possibility because he's within 4 with, 5 holes left? It's not completely out of the realm of possibility. I mean, the next hole...
It'd take a miracle.
Yeah.
Since 2015, Great Lakes Disc has been supporting players at all levels, from local leagues and events to professional disc golfers on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Visit GreatLakesDisc.com to learn more.
Alrighty, we are back in action here. Hole 15, 227 feet. Easiest hole on the day in round 1, and lo and behold, it's the easiest hole in round 2 as well. In fact, it got even easier, playing almost a stroke under par, 2.17.
Yeah, shaking my head a little bit. I again, this is one I'll probably change for next year. I'm gonna put that back area that's gonna be out of bounds.
Put a little more pressure on it.
Yeah, so that way you can't just you can't be haphazard about it. You gotta commit to it. And that is gonna be that branch I think was actually really good because that kept him from going left.
Yeah, saved him from a little extra distance. Jared having a really good back 9, honestly, 4 in a row.
Yeah, just missed that one where he was in the hazard. I mean, he was parked still, but in the hazard.
Yeah, his match in Marwede essentially, stroke for stroke.
And yeah,
that was. I mean,
good layup. That's what I'd be telling him. Good layup on that one.
Yeah.
We got another ruin from Dub.
Just, I really need
That
him.
is real hazard.
This needs to get forward.
That's just that got a real good roll off of that. But still, again, on this one you really want to just be parked. You don't want to have to think about making a putt on something that's just this easy. You know, if this isn't one of the easiest holes in Grand Rapids, you know, I don't know what would be easier than this.
Another good branch there for Nick, kind of keep him in circle.
Yeah. A little bit, maybe a touch tricky. Nope, that's just a easy putt.
No, it's still easy.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe there was some wind in play or something like that.
This is like the pine trees around it are pretty good protector. Honestly, they just kind of shield a little bit. All right, we're gonna have to watch some tap-ins here. Guys are too good for this hole and too good for this shot here. So
going through this routine, I
yep,
like it.
I love it. Just
making sure every one of those counts for the same amount.
Yep.
You know, the tap-ins count just as much as the 50-footers.
And for Nicky, you know, down by 3 strokes, right, to Jared here. If he can't catch up to Jared, he knows that third place cash is relevant here. Don't lose any spots you don't have to. And so every stroke matters even almost more to him as we head into hole 16. RJ, what are you going to do here?
Well, so you definitely don't want to be left. That stuff is jail over there. That tree on the right side, you either want to go hyzer around it or hyzer in front of it. You can either throw kind of a straight shot, aim at the tree, hyzer right before it. I've seen some people even go big spike hyzer. I don't like that play because those branches really kind of overhang. I like this play that Jared said. Oh, wow, that wind just dusted that one. Yeah, wow, that looked really good out of his hand, and then that wind just shoved it right down.
Yeah, next 2 holes are much more in the open, and it causes some issues.
That is the spike hyzer play. That looks like a hurricane or something like that he's throwing.
I want to say it's...
See, even that was just playing with those branches.
Yeah.
I just don't like that play as much. You know, you're always going to have a look when you do that. You at least be circle 2. Another ruin from Dub. Kind of the same thing as Jared. It looks like it just shoved it right down. I don't know if maybe they have like a tailwind or like a... Maybe it'd be like a crosswind.
I think it's a left to right cross.
Yeah, just shoving those down.
I'm trying to look at the flag.
Maybe Nick can adjust.
I need to have ribbon flags next time, please, so we can read the wind.
Yeah, for sure. I'll make sure I put that as a note for myself. I'll
TD feedback. Ribbon wins.
Put it in the PDJ feedback if that's something you want. Circle 2 for Jared. Ooh, yeah, he just knew that out of his hand. It just left. You can see that wind is whipping with those trees in the background.
Got pushed a little bit too, but should have a tap in par from there essentially.
Dub circle 2
needs to get something going. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's one that's like a 50-50 on these baskets if that's going to catch or not. I thought that had the hyzer angle to stay in, but yeah, it just bounced out. And good thing they just don't have nubs for Nick on that one. He was probably clenching a little bit when that one came out of his hand.
That's a relevant stroke back on Jared though.
Yeah.
There's 3 holes and 3 strokes, so one right there. He's going to need a little bit of luck on his side. Especially hole 18, you can gain a stroke, especially if someone makes a mistake of going OB at all.
Yeah, this is a little bit more than Jared probably wants for par, especially on a hole like this. But he makes it anyways.
Nah, he's confident now. He's locked in.
Yeah.
This is Jared going absolutely bananas. He's the second player now to get into the 20s under par.
Yeah. Now for Jared to win this thing, I mean, Andy's got to be real.
18's got to have 4 OB throws.
Yeah. He's going to have to try to go big for some reason. I'm sure he's not going to, but
no.
Hole 17, 276, got hazard in the front. Yeah, it's kind of similar to 10, but no trees on the right side. So just throw it at the basket, I guess. You know, throw it left or right, let it hyzer in, whatever angle you prefer. Don't be in the hazard.
Yep. Middling in difficulty here, 9th or 10th hardest hole, or easiest, depending on how you want to look at that. Yeah. So, I mean, really the hazard there, I think, is well placed just because it forces you to go a little deeper.
I think next year there's like kind of like almost like a bunker on that left side where Andy just landed. I might paint that as like a little bit of hazard to make this a little trickier.
Make it more forehand friendly?
No, forehand. Because I guess
beforehand,
right where they're landed. That would be like a hazard. So
yeah, so they'd want to go righty forehand.
I didn't notice it until I think Nick said literally after we got done painting. Nick Gill helped me with the painting.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, the OB lines. But he said, "Hey, did you know there used to be a hazard there?" That was really close. I said, nope, absolutely no idea.
No idea.
I am, and we're done, buddy. Yeah, I went through enough cans.
Shaking his can, it's
Yep.
empty.
Yeah, we're done. We're all good. Yeah, that one is also sawed off.
This is going to get pushed too by the wind, yeah.
Yep.
Just like that little extra wind on these. You can see the flags kind of ripping on the OB too, or on the hazard too. Just that little extra wind can make a hole like this, which is middling in difficulty, get all of a sudden a lot harder.
Yep. Ooh, yeah. Looked good for a second, but just didn't wrap.
Just a little off this round. He's normally, like he said, 2 spit outs, right side push outs. Oh,
Ooh, hey, there you go. Jared needed that. I mean, 5 strokes in 2 holes,
we got this. We got this. I mean, we needed Marwede to get 2 hazard strokes here and 2 OB strokes at 18.
Yeah. I mean,
And him to be, he's got to go for 18 but this is, honestly, he's looking at scores right now.
I think he's like, I'm going to try to take this second place home.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we need to do. Nick Gill is like, I'm going to do what I'm going to need to do. I'm going to try to keep things clean. They're through 17 holes at this point. So they got 1 left to go for the whole tournament. They're checking scores, pretty regularly at this point, seeing where our people are at. Speaking of the last hole of the tournament, it's hole 18, par 4, 593 feet. Plays a little longer than that. OB on the right side, that whole marsh and water area on the right side is OB. Not OB on the left side, but you don't want to be in there because it's more like a natural.
Well,
yeah, natural OB, I would call it. There is some water deep to the left of the basket and to the right of the basket, so don't do that because that's just bad decisions in life. And so you just want to probably forehand approach shot first and then just an upshot backhand putter from there to try to get it. And speaking of people hunting down here, Ben is at 10 down currently. Birdieing now, laying there for a birdie for 11 down on the round. That puts him at 19.
That's a pretty good drive.
Is a great drive, and that's going to put him tied with Nick. So Ben's going to hole 1. Nick is playing hole 18. This is relevant now. Nick knows what he needs to do to guarantee a 3rd place, and that's going to be a birdie here.
And that is as good as you can do it with a forehand. That's up there.
He's even past the little mud patch that everyone's made.
Yeah.
So better footing even.
Yep.
I want Jared to go for this so bad.
I know.
I knew he wouldn't. He did in the practice round. So if you want to see what it looks like to go for it in one, go watch the practice round. But I wanted him so bad, but I knew it was such a bad decision with Ben, kind of on his heels. Nick only 2 strokes down. A double OB or a single OB even could be devastating for that. So
yeah, I bet if he was within a stroke or 2 of Andy, he would have gone for it.
Put pressure down for sure.
But Andy's just going to do like a little pitch forehand.
He's up 4, and and I mean, if you're Jared, you're like, I wonder what he's going to do. He's going to go forehand, backhand breaker, tap in, or like layup. Volt here from DW. It is too far right. He's trying to get it to come back. It has just never got the wind action it needed.
That's tough.
So he's going to be way back for this.
I think, he really needs to kind of get up and down here. I think he might be close to that cash line because I know it got really congested in this area.
Yeah, he's right around in that top 10 slot.
Come out.
This is flipping over.
Come out.
Tisering, but not enough.
Just barely, too.
This is devastating. I mean,
who drew this line? Dang.
Nick did. Nick painted this one, right?
No, I did.
No, okay.
2.5 cans for just this line.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's...
This is inside.
That's got to sit.
Sit down.
Oh, my God. What a...
And then he walked up and kissed that tree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a good break.
Yeah. I think he was just a little scared of that OB line right. He just sawed it off. And Jared, I think, might be trying to throw this in. Yeah, good luck.
At least he's a showman.
Yeah. Might as well at that point.
Okay, Nick needs to go up and down here. Get as close to the basket as possible. Do not fool around with this.
Yeah. And, oh, God, that needs to sit. Oh, okay. Good check up.
Good grass action.
These guys are hanging out more left than I would assume.
Would have thought they would have gone to. The wind's a little different, too. I think the wind's more left to right. And so they're thinking it's going to push the disc down, and so they're trying to give it more power, and it ends up just pushing it.
Ooh, DW with a little bit of a little throwy, floaty run. I think that actually
was for last.
Yeah, I think that takes him out of the cash because he doubles this one. I think it was by 1. Ooh, good putt. Good catch basket.
Great second round from Jared here. He's going to go 11 down.
7 down on the back 9. I mean,
so good.
Can't get much better than that.
Speaking of 7 down on the back 9, Marwede, don't jinx this for me.
Yep, cash.
Thank goodness. All right, 7 down for Marwede as well. That's going to put him at 14 for round 1, 12 for round 2.
Just gross.
That's just absolutely disgusting. He's averaging ridiculously high golf. Nick's going to tap in his birdie as well. In fact, Marwede averaging 1049 for this event.
Yeah.
Round 1 being 1060 after the adjustment.
Wow.
And the second round being 1038.
Wow.
So just dominating here at this event. I mean, no one was going to catch him. He was playing way too well for this event. That's going to wrap up the whole tournament, though. And we're just going to come back to these gorgeous turtles. And there
There he goes, our
yeah.
boy. My boy!
I'm swimming again. I'm taking a look at the top 10. Jared's going to keep that second place. Nick actually going to secure third. Has been, unfortunately, bogey's hole 1. But he secures a 4th place finish. Then it's followed by Trevor, Matt, Justin, Ian, Nick Weissel, and Zach Sherman. Take
Good
a look
tournament.
At yeah, great tournament. Good field. It was awesome to watch everyone there.
TD did great.
Yeah, TD was awesome, amazing, A++.
That's right.
If you haven't already, consider jumping over to our Patreon and following us there. It helps us continue to get out there and do more coverage. It's not possible without your guys' support. So thank you for those who have been supporting us.
Subscribe.
And if you haven't already,
I'm not asking at this point. I'm demanding. Subscribe.
subscribe right now. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you at the next event.